Hi, I'm Melody.
And I'm Candi.
And you're listening to
Quirks, Bumps,
and Bruises. So on this episode of Quirks, Bumps, and Bruises, we want to talk all things Christmas. So Candi, I'm going to almost like interview you on some things, ask you a few questions, and let's talk about some things that have to do with Christmas. So the first thing I want to ask you is this. Are you good at keeping gift secrets?
I am. Yes, very good. You know what? I kind of have to go back on that. 99.9% of the time I am. Like, I'm legit. I hide them in places nobody can find them. But over the weekend, Jake was working on a project and his Bluetooth speaker had gone out. And he was just bummed because he enjoys listening to music while he's doing projects. So I had bought him that for Christmas because I knew he needed one. So the good wife that I am, I listened to him, I bought it, and I had put it back. And I knew I wasn't going to let him see it. And I had gone back there and I said, look, Jake, I don't do this, but I'm going to give you your Christmas present early because I know you need it. And I gave that to him. So I feel like that's different, though.
So let me ask you this. First of all, was he appreciative?
Oh, yeah, very grateful.
Okay.
But it's going to be different. You know, at Christmas now, he's going to have one less present.
Well, I was going to ask you, do you feel pressured to have to now buy something else?
No.
You don't?
No, I told him no.
Because that was a nice gift.
It was. Yeah.
Well, I'm really good at it. I'm so good at it that I buy the gifts. I don't let anybody know what they are. I hide them, and then I forget where I hide them. So one particular year, my son had wanted a Colts football team hooded sweatshirt.
Oh, yeah.
And they were kind of expensive because it was like a real
Nike
NFL.
brand, probably.
Yeah. And I hid it. And then Christmas time came and I couldn't find it. And 3 months later, I was cleaning out a closet and found it.
Oh, my word.
So I gave it to him and I said, here's your Christmas present I couldn't ever find.
That is so funny.
I know. It is. It's so funny.
Wow.
All right. So let me ask you this. I hope this is not too personal. Do you and Jake have the same checking account?
No, we don't.
Okay.
We don't.
My husband and I don't either. Like I have one, but so many do. So I just wonder how you surprise your spouse with a gift at Christmas when you both share the same checking account.
You know,
how does that work?
It is funny because I have a friend. You and I both know him very well. And he and his wife have like wish lists on Amazon. So they have an Amazon account and she will go in and she will add things that she wants for Christmas to that wish list, which is wonderful. They share the same account. So she watches it very frequently. So anytime there is money spent out, because I remember he would make comments like, oh, my wife's going to find out I spent $10 at lunch today, just being funny, you know. She watched it. So she knew when he made purchases, especially on Amazon during Christmas, and then her wish list was gone. So I'm like, there is no surprise in that at all.
Right.
So I would suggest if you share an account, maybe pull out an amount of money and give it to that person. And then just say, look, if this is what you want to spend on me, here you go.
Yeah.
I won't see.
Or just set a budget and each of you can have that money like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've always wondered how that worked. But I'm like you, I have a separate account so I can hide all that.
Yes.
All right. Candi, a gift that you always wanted as a kid, but you never got it.
Man.
Or are you spoiled rotten and you got everything you ever wanted for and wished for in your life?
That's so funny. I mean, there were several things I wanted, like I would have loved, and I don't know that I ever expressed this to my mom growing up, but I would have loved to have had an easy bake oven.
Oh.
And those were really popular.
I had
hope
one.
My mom's not listening because it'll hurt her feelings. She never had. You did one?
I had one.
They were very, very popular. And,
oh, yeah.
You know, I love to cook and do things like that. And that's just a perfect gift for a young girl. And I never got one. Under the tree, I always waited and never had one.
A funny story with my daughter. I never knew this until she was much older, but she wanted so badly a Barbie Jeep.
Oh.
Like the kind that you can sit in and it's like remote.
Oh, yeah.
But she never told me that. And she was like, but you were supposed to just know.
Oh, my word.
So we pick about that. And I told her, I said, if you ever have a little girl, she will have a Barbie Jeep. I will make sure.
That's hilarious.
She also says I never made her Rice Krispie treats like all the other moms made their kids.
You are a horrible mother.
Terrible. I'm just terrible.
That's funny. I can't wait till she does have a son now, so I'm anxious you need to ask her this Christmas. Did you make Benson Rice Krispie treats?
Oh, don't worry. I will definitely ask her that. This is just a random question. Does anyone actually eat fruitcake or do we just buy it?
Okay, so there is one place, and it is, I think, is it Bear Creek, North Carolina? I can't think of the name of it, but they are known for their fruitcakes, and they are good. But that is the only good fruitcake that I've, the little, $7 loaves that you buy at the grocery store. Who eats those?
Well, I was at my dad's the other night, and he had that little loaf in a little basket on his counter in the kitchen. And I said, well, when did you get this? He said, somebody gave it to me. I said, well, are you going to eat it or just leave it in the basket? And he said, probably just leave it in the basket.
Yeah.
But it's that exact kind that you were talking about.
I think that just becomes decor through the holidays.
And I love the little fruitcake cookies. It's like all the things that go in a fruitcake.
In a cookie.
In a cookie. I do like those.
You know, we had a listener many, many years ago stop by our station and brought us, I don't know if you remember that, brought us fruitcake cookies. And that was the first time. I'd never heard of that. And they were really good.
They're good. They are good. All right. What's the Christmas dessert that you're known for? Do you have something that you make every Christmas that people just love and possibly even ask for, look forward to?
I don't know. I don't know if they look forward to it, but I do make it. It is a chocolate chip cream cheese ball. So it's like a cheese ball. It's got powdered sugar and cream cheese and real good vanilla. And then it's got chocolate chips, mini chocolate chips in it. You roll it up into a ball and then coat it with more chocolate chips. And then you serve it with graham crackers or.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, it's really good.
You can't go wrong with cream cheese, confectioner sugar, and chocolate chips. No. There's no wrong there.
No, it's so, so good.
Except for your hips. There's wrong there on your hips.
That just sticks right to them.
Yeah.
It's so good.
I think mine would be, they're just simple, but everybody loves them. And they're sugar cookies. Just plain sugar cookies.
I always wondered that's your cookie of choice?
I do love sugar cookies, but these are just so good. They're crunchy around the edges, but kind of chewy, and they're just really good. And then I make a Hershey pie where you take Hershey bars and melt them down, and then you add Cool Whip to the chocolate and basically pour it in a pie shell.
So it's like whipped, creamy, almost like a French silk pie.
It's delicious.
Oh, my soul. I need that recipe.
And then you get the Hershey bar with almonds. Make sure you get that because you'll get that little bit of salty crunch in it too.
Well, that sounds pretty easy. Wow.
Yeah. So that would be mine. What is the best surprise that you ever had on Christmas or Christmas Eve? Did you have something that just was shocking to you?
No. That's sad. That's sad for me to say. I've had wonderful Christmas, but no.
Well, I'm so sorry.
Have you?
Well, I had a biggie. Yeah. Christmas Eve of 1984. I was dating Gary, and he came over for Christmas Eve. My mom had all these little goodies out, and my parents have like a living room and a den, and it's like 2 levels, so you can sit in the den and actually look up into the living room, so it's not like closed off. So Gary and I were exchanging presents, and he had a huge box, just a huge box. And I opened it, and it was a gigantic pink elephant.
I remember this story.
And around the elephant's neck was a little box. And in that box was an engagement ring.
When you saw the elephant,
which I still have on my hand.
Did you know?
This is what's so funny. I told him, and we knew we were going to get married, but I said, don't ever propose to me on any kind of holiday because I don't want to be expecting it. I don't want a Valentine proposal, Christmas, Easter, birthday, don't propose to me on any holiday because I don't want to be sitting there thinking, is he going to do it now? And so he did it then.
Which is brilliant.
It was brilliant.
Because you were not expecting it.
Exactly.
I love that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yep.
my goodness.
Yep.
Go, Gary.
And I still have in our basement that big pink elephant.
Do you?
Mm-hmm. Still have
my
it.
soul.
Well, this is so fun to talk about Christmas and all the fun things that happen during Christmas and the memories. And we have so many, Candi, that we're going to do a part 2
yay.
next week.
This is fun.
Best Christmas memories and just things that happen around the Christmas holidays that we can kind of still talk about and have some moments of nostalgia, I guess you would say. So stay tuned next week, part 2 of Christmas with Melody and Candi.
Thanks for listening to the Quirks, Bumps, and Bruises podcast with Candi and Melody. If you enjoyed the show, please take a moment to subscribe, rate, and share the podcast. You can learn more at joyfm.org.